What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Fox Chamber. This right here is long overdue. Oh, and one thing, yeah, I have not been posting anything probably about the past month. I've just been in some kind of a funk. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the weather or I just don't know. But anyway, I'm feeling good right now. And this, I should have started this a long time ago. And that is tearing down the 351 Windsor block that I've got to put a 408 stroker kit into and put in RedFox, which is right outside the door. Yep, I got the wife's car inside and the OG Fox is inside. But yeah, I'm gonna get started tearing this bad boy right here down to see what we got. The guy I bought it from said it was a good block. He didn't say it was abused or anything. I can't remember where he got it from, but he said the block was good. So what we're gonna do is tear this bad boy down and look at it ourselves and see what we got. And because I've got to get this thing tore down, cleaned up, and get it to the machine shop after I get my stroker kit. But for right now, we're gonna get this bad boy broke down and see what we got. Starting with the I don't know where we're gonna start at. Probably start taking the oil pan and stuff off first, more than likely. No, wait a minute. I'll probably start taking this up here off, then flip it around and get the other side after I get the oil pan, because I think there's some fluid in the oil pan, so I don't want to flip it over just yet. But so what I'm gonna do is just start tearing this thing down, and we're gonna look this thing over and see what we got. So first, let me grab my tools and we'll get started. All right, now as I do this right here, I'm gonna be kind of listening to the game and stuff. Got my Florida Gators playing against Auburn today. But like I said, we're gonna start up here on the top of this bad boy right here and work ourselves down to the bottom. And here we go. All right, get that off. Tell you the truth, I probably need to see how this stuff comes off so I know how to put it back together. But I could do like everybody else do, go on YouTube and find a good video. I know Neo Mustangs is a good one to go to find out how you rebuild a 351 Windsor block, because he's got crazy rebuild skills. But we continue on, because all this stuff still should be good. It doesn't look like it's worn any, but I will have it looked at by the guys that's gonna be putting in my my stroker kit, making sure all this stuff can be reused. Yeah, these don't look bad. I mean, I don't see a whole lot of wear and all that on them. I need some more light for one. Yeah, these don't look bad. Little wear. The spot right there looks like it's got a little bit of extra wear on it right there in that corner. You know what? These are gonna get replaced anyway. Yeah, definitely not going back with these. See if I can get that light to sit there. There. But as for right now, pull all these out. Yeah, ain't no need to try to reuse these when I got a brand new stroker kit. Well, when I get it. Get that all disassembled. A quick look. Yeah, I don't see a whole lot of wear marks and lines and everything in it. Looks decent, so that's a good thing. Just a little dirty and grimy, that's about it. All right, I'll get ready to take the lower portion loose, and it is 10 millimeter. Looks like this side is different size bolts. Some of them. Huh. Well, let me see if it's a 11 millimeter. Yep, some of the bolts on the opposite side are 11mm. All right, got me a little something put down there. Maybe that'll help with the mess that I might be getting ready to make. If there's anything in it, it ain't much. Last one on this side. Woo! Look at the sludge in that bad boy. All right. Yeah, that thing's filthy. But it's off. Not a whole lot in there, thank goodness. I thought there was gonna be some water in there. But it's off. So now, set this bad boy over to the side. Set it right there for now. All right. Not a big mess. Not a big one, thank goodness. All right, seeing how the top looks. Now let's swing this bad boy around. There we go. Now we're looking at the bottom, at the crankshaft. Yeah, bad grimy. All right, let's get to taking this bad boy loose. Yeah, need more light, but that's all I got. Now, try to take this right here off. Take up the. This should be. Yeah. I should be able to take the oil pickup off with this last bolt. There it goes. All right, set that down there. A little oil still in it. Yeah, still dripping a little bit of oil. Just dropped a nut in there. Good gracious. Yeah, that's why I don't work on nothing like this. Go ahead and take the oil pump off. See if it's the same bolts. It is. Probably should label some of this hardware just so I'll know what it goes to if it needs to be reused. Yeah, let me give me some bags for some of this. All right, quick break in the action and action up there on TV. My boys, the Florida Gators, are beating Auburn, but listen there, Auburn's trying to make a push, but they're not. Anyway, I got it broke down to this point. It looks like it's kind of moist inside of there. Giggity. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some WD-40 and spray on there, because I know it's gonna be hard to push out those pistons. So I'm gonna let this thing sit overnight, which I should have done. I should have sprayed these things down anyway and let them sit, and so that WD-40 will soak in, so it'll be easier to pull out. But me not thinking, didn't think about it till just now. So what I'm gonna do is probably just spray this thing down with some WD-40, get some penetrating oil in there, and see if that'll make it easier for these things to pull out. I haven't tried to pull them out yet, but I have a feeling it's gonna be a little tough. But like I was saying, it looks like it's lubed up down in there. Look at the camshaft. Looks like it has some oil on it from this distance or this side. So it might not be that bad. It don't look really dry in there, so we're gonna try it. I'm gonna spray this thing down and then get back with you probably tomorrow. All right, this thing has been, this is a couple of days later, and this has been sitting. I done sprayed it down with WD-40, try to get down in there and penetrate a little bit. As you see, it still has some spray on it. So we're gonna flip the engine over and see if we can start trying to pull these pistons and all this other good stuff out. And pardon me, and I apologize, I don't know the name of every single little part on this bad boy, but you know, I'm not an engine guy. I do everything but the engine, so this is one thing I wanted to tackle was doing the engine. So here we are. So now we'll get this thing rotated back around and see if we can get some of these pistons and stuff out. And I might have prematurely taken these or loosened these up because I watched a couple of videos on YouTube, and one guy that I was watching, I can't remember his name, but he left these in until he started taking loose the piston, or where the pistons mount at. He started taking those loose first, and then started taking everything else. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stick these, well, if I can. I don't know if I'll be able to put them back in. I'm gonna stick those back in, and maybe that help hold it while I get the pistons out, or the hardware for the pistons. I'm just gonna loosely put them in there until it becomes an issue. Let me tighten up a couple of them. Yeah, I just got a couple of them tight, so maybe that'll help hold it in place while I take out the mounting hardware for the pistons. Like I was saying, I apologize. I don't know the name of all of the hardware and stuff, or the actual parts. But from the way it's looking, I can get to the majority of everything. Everything seems to be up high, except this one right here. And I apologize for the lighting too. His lighting's crappy, but let me see. Yeah, I can probably get to the majority of this hardware. That one's gonna be a little tight right there. And this one might be a little tight right there. But it looks like it's in a decent spot where I can get the majority of them out, and I'll figure something out with that. But for now, let's work on this hardware. Yeah, I think it's just gonna be that one right there. It's gonna be the issue. Well, my camera died, and I don't know how much of that I got, but anyway, I'll just repeat it. I was able to move the crank. I was able to turn it a little bit with my breaker bar. See, able to spin the engine. Since it's not locked up, or if it ain't locked up, it's because I put the WD-40 on there, which kept it or helped it stay lubed up. So I can get to these last two and tap on those. Boom. Now rotate it back. Find a spot to move, rotate it. All right, I rotated the crank around so everything is about centered up, at least so I can slide them out. And they're coming out real easy. No real struggles or nothing. I had a little struggle trying to line it up, but the crank moves, it spins. I mean, look, I'm spinning it by hand right there. So this might be a halfway decent engine, just old, and some miles on it or whatever. But I got all the pistons in a box. I'm kind of keeping them, I'm gonna keep them numbered so I can see exactly if I got any issues on one cylinder or not. But for right now, I'm just gonna go ahead and take the rest of these out, and then we'll see what we got. All right, got all of the pistons out. Not a single problem after I started rotating the crank a little bit. But yeah, all the pistons are out. And there's one thing I didn't know is these little like half sleeves. Like I'm saying, I don't know all the terminology for everything. I'm sorry, but I thought these were on every single piston. I mean, I only pulled them off of like maybe 3 or 4 of them. I thought these are supposed to be on like all of them. That's one thing I didn't know. I remember seeing engines being built and these being put on, but some of these pistons didn't have this on there. The little half sleeves or whatever, didn't have them. So maybe it's just something that'll take up space or whatever, close the gaps or whatnot. But yeah, now I got to pull the crank out, and then we'll see what we got. But yeah, everything's coming apart real nice. And from what I can tell, looking inside the piston walls and stuff, it doesn't look bad. Like it's not a lot of abuse or scoring or nothing like that. So, but let me go ahead and get this crank out and then flip this thing over, and then we'll have a look at it. All right, I was getting ready to pull this crank out, but I will get back to it in just a second. But it's gonna be a second for y'all, but for me, I gotta get ready to go to work. But yeah, y'all see how easy this thing rotated. Yeah, wasn't froze up or nothing. So the dude that told me it was a good engine seemed to be telling the truth. But yeah, everything came out all right after I got everything lined up. Like I was saying, this is my first teardown, so y'all be a little bit forgiving. But yeah, so far looks pretty good. Yeah, I'm going back with all new internals, trying to decide 393 or 408. But yeah, I'm gonna try to build this one myself. But one thing I know I'm not gonna do is put in the rotating assembly. I'm gonna take the rotating assembly to a local shop that's here. A friend of mine, he's got a shop, engine shop. I'm gonna take it to him, let him put in my rotating assembly and make sure all my clearances are good. And then I'm gonna bring it back home, put everything else together as I get it or whatever. So let's get this thing pulled out. But first, I gotta go to work. All right, now let's see if we can get this crank out of this bad boy. Now that all the pistons are out and everything. And it looks like it's kind of loose, or it's not jammed up in there. Yeah, it's just heavy, that's all. All right, let me find a spot to set it. All right, see if we can get this bad boy out of there without destroying everything. All righty, crank is out. Y'all, it don't look that bad inside of here either. Like a lot of wear. I know I don't have a lot of light. Let's see if I can get y'all in here to look with me at how it looks. Yeah, see, so far, it don't look bad. Don't look like there's a lot of wear in there. You still gotta get the cam out. Yeah, even looking at the cam, it doesn't look like it's got a lot of wear on it either, from what I can see at this angle. Yeah, check out the cylinder area. Yeah, a little surface rust right there on those. But yeah, don't look bad. I know y'all engine guys, y'all will be able to spot anything wrong way before I do. Yeah, I can still see cross hashes and everything inside the cylinder walls. All that. If y'all spot anything, let me know in the comments, because I'm still kind of
looking this thing over, and as I said before, I'm kind of new at this. I know I tore that 390 FE engine down, but that's nothing that I wanted to fool with. You know, we already talked about it.
But yeah, so far this bad boy looks all right. You know, I'm gonna flip this thing around, see if I can get this cam out. Hopefully the cam comes out as easy as the pistons and the crank, so we don't have any issues. Then we got to get this thing cleaned up, and I'm gonna try to clean it myself. I'm gonna put some probably some Easy Off. I know I heard of a lot of people using oven spray to get the dirt and grime and everything off of it. So I'm gonna use some Easy Off, pressure wash, and then blow this thing dry with my probably with the compressor, and just see if I can just get this thing cleaned up or whatever before we get this thing taken to the shop. But for right now, let me see if I can get this cam out of this thing and go on from there. A lot easier to turn without that heavy cam in there. All right, let's see if we can get this bad boy out of there. There. Didn't have to put much pressure on it. I just had to get it out of the rear end. I'd say something was holding it up, but I think it was an angle issue. There. Cam's out. I was saying it don't look real bad. Speaking of cams, I'm gonna ask y'all something real quick. This is an E303 cam that I got with a bunch of extra parts. You see that end right there? You might be able to tell. See, it seemed like it had a little bit of wear or something might have broke. Is this okay? I'm not sure. I mean, I would like to use this again and put it in the OG Fox. But yeah, what do y'all think about that? Is that all right? Or that just said, you know, don't worry about it, get you another one and scrap it? So I'm not sure. It looks like it's not that bad, but like I said, I'm not an engine guy, and if it was possible, I was going to reuse this. But it looks like it has a pull right there where it came out and kind of drug a little bit. Might not be any good, but y'all let me know. Is that something I can reuse? Anyway, I was saying it's a 303 cam. Everything else didn't look bad. This doesn't look like there's a lot of wear. So I was gonna reuse it and throw it in the OG Fox. All right, here's a look inside again with the cam out. And there again, everything still looks all right. You know, might just have a little something to work with here. Because I know that block over there is cracked, you know. And then that's why I got all the extra parts and stuff like that, that extra cam and a few box of parts over there. But, yeah, from what it looks like I got a decent Windsor block. Yeah, I'm gonna get these two engine mounts off and get going, or keep going. Oh yeah, overall I think I got a winner here. Yeah, it's just a little grimy, just got to be cleaned up, and it should be good to go. And when I get my my stroker kit, I'll just pop that, or like I was saying, I'm gonna take it to the shop and pop that and let them pop it in there and get you a look at the cylinder walls in there. With them sleeves. Yeah, like I was saying, I can still see a little bit of the cross hatching in there. So I know that's an important thing. Not a lot of wear, doesn't seem like it's any grooves or anything cut into it. Like I said in the comments, or like I was saying, let me know in the comments if everything looks all right to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Not an engine guy. This is my first build, way out of my wheelhouse, but we're gonna try this anyway. You know, big fail. I took a loss on that. That was a 390 FE engine. I got to talking to some friends of mine, and they're saying to mess with that right there, you're gonna spend way more money than you want to get any kind of power out of it. So, well, I got rid of it. So, oh well, what it is, what it is. Sometimes we buy and make mistakes with like stuff like that. But anyway, yeah, that's what I got with this one right here so far. I don't even know if I'm gonna show y'all the cleaning of it or whatever, but I think I might show a picture of it after it gets cleaned.
These are all the pistons that I pulled out. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And looking at some of these, don't seem like a lot of wear, a lot of grime, something like that needs to be cleaned up. So these might be good if I wanted to do an OEM build or whatever on some. But yeah, it's number 1. Number 2. Yeah, see, it almost had these right across from each other. I think these got to be like 90 degrees or at least 180 out from each other. So I know this one right here was probably smoking a little bit. At least I did know that. I know they got to be 180 out. But still though, they don't look terrible. Because this is still good. The crank's still good. The cam's still good. So yeah, if I wanted to redo all that, just clean these bad boys up and go back with that. Yeah, like I'm saying, the cam, it still looked good. No real visible wear marks or nothing terrible on it. You know, shows a little wear, but no gouges. It's the main thing, if I'm not mistaken. No big gouges, nothing like that. Yeah, and yeah, please let me know about that E303. You know, I'll show you once again. That right there. Is that something I can use, or do I need to get this sanded off or smoothed down a little bit? But you can see where it kind of pulled a little bit right there and a little right there. And if it was possible, I was going to reuse that on the OG Fox. Get some, because from what I read, I can put the E303 cam in there, but I got to upgrade my springs and my valve springs and all that good stuff. I got to upgrade those to something a little bit stronger. And if I can, I was going to use that on there, because I have finally got my Explorer lower intake, but I have an upper intake also, but I'm just going to use the lower so I can use the Cobra upper that I got from Car Creations by Mike. Appreciate that again, Mike, for letting me get that from you. But we'll talk about that later, because that's going to be going on the OG Fox. But I would like to, when I get, as I'm taking all that loose, to put the E303 cam in there if it's good. So yeah, please let me know if that cam can be used again. If not, I'll just have to get another one and slap it in there.
But for right now, appreciate y'all checking me out, and can't wait for Ponies in the Smokies. Cannot wait for Ponies in the Smokies to see everybody again. But until then, peace out.
Thank you, and good night, 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 and good night.